secret to really good snickerdoodles is I add about 1/8 to 1/4 of a teaspoon extra of either almond flavoring or a flavoring called butternut vanilla or vanilla butternut flavoring. I can't remember exactly which, but I'll have it written down right in the recipe. Anyway, I add just a touch of that flavoring with the vanilla and it just enhances the whole cookie. You'll see, you've got to try it. If you don't want to do that, you just want to use vanilla, that's fine. Just use the measurement that's in the recipe. You don't need to make up any liquid for omitting that tiny bit of extra flavoring, okay? So keep that in mind. We always want to start with our ingredients at room temperature. And I am going to cream the butter and the sugar together along with the flavorings. So I'm going to put my butter in and I'm going to give it just a little spin just to soften it up and to open it up a little bit. And remember, always scrape down the sides, always, always. Now we're going to add our sugar. The vanilla. And I didn't have almonds, so I'm using the butternut flavoring. And I'm going to blend that together until it's smooth and creamy. Full disclosure, I totally forgot to add the brown sugar. When I was adding the sugar, normally the brown sugar will just go in when the sugar goes in. But since I forgot to add it, I'm going to add it now. The butter's already creamed, so I'm going to cream that brown sugar in there for another probably 3 minutes. And next, I'm going to add my eggs. So there's 1, and 2. And then I'm going to beat that until it's all blended up. Okay, now we're just going to mix the salt, the baking soda, and the cream of tartar with the flour. And we're going to blend that in really well so that we don't get any spots of just baking soda or just cream of tartar or just salt for that matter. Once it's all blended, we're going to put the dry ingredients into the creamed butter mixture. And once the flour is all in there, or the flour mixture I should say, we will just blend that until it's well blended. Once this is all mixed up, I'm just going to give it another scrape with the rubber spatula. And then I like to put this in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. You're going to want to cover it. It just makes it easier to work with. If you don't have time to do that, you can omit this step, but it does make it much easier. All right, our snickerdoodle dough is chilled. I've already started to make some, but I just want to show you how it's done. It's really simple. We mixed the sugar and the cinnamon, so it was 1/4 a cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. We take the chilled dough, and again, this is, I never really measure this. This is a tablespoon. So this is probably 1.5 teaspoons, a generous 1.5 teaspoons of dough. We're just going to roll that into a ball. It goes right into the cinnamon and sugar mixture and then right on the cookie sheet. You want to have parchment on the cookie sheet or a silpat, or just give it a quick spritz with some baking release spray, just to make sure it's easy to get off. These do spread, so you want to keep them about 2 inches apart, should be about right. Once you have the snickerdoodle balls rolled in the cinnamon and sugar mixture, there's a couple of things you can do. You can either put them in the oven like this, and they will flatten out as they bake, and they'll be a little bit thicker. Or you can get a glass and just rub a little butter on the bottom, and then put it in your cinnamon sugar mixture and press down like that. I will do some both ways so you can tell which you prefer. We'll do 6 of the pressed ones and 6 of the other kind. Now in the oven they go. There we are. So as you can see, the ones that I left in a ball are actually smaller and a little thicker, but honestly, there's not that much difference from the ones I pressed down. So if you want to take the time to do it, do, and if you don't, because, like, you know, they're going to be amazing. You just want to let them cool on the cookie sheet for as long as you can stand it, at least 10 minutes, so that they'll firm up, or else they're going to fall apart. And then you get to eat them. Amazing, huh?